This Icon podcast is hosted and sponsored by Sphere Rocket Virtual Assistants, a leading provider for your virtual assistants and outsourcing needs. Owned by one of the top-ranking EXP agents, Justin Nelson. Sphere Rocket VA provides a one-stop virtual staffing solution for business owners, and we specialize in helping business owners grow their business by leveraging through virtual assistants. Trusted by the top names in the real estate industry like Kyle Whistle, Andrew Franklin, John Kitchens, and many more. Get ready to up your success and we'll help you achieve your business goals. Book your free consultation at sphererocketva.com and find out how we can make your life easier.
What's up? Welcome back to another episode of the Icon Podcast. I'm your host, Gianna, and special thank you to Sphere Rocket VA for making another one of these episodes possible. There's so much information that we can take away from these, and they are incredible episodes. And we're coming up on the 100th, but Kyle's not quite there. I think we're about 3 or 4 short, but Kyle, you're still special to me. Welcome to the show.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. So I guess we might as well start from the beginning. Who's Kyle? Where are you from? What market are you in now? And how did you find yourself becoming a realtor?
Oh, that's a great question. So I'm Kyle Bender. I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. Mm-hmm. I kind of grew up in Buffalo, New York, and I was born in Frankfurt, Germany.
Oh, wow. All over the place.
Army base. Yeah. So I didn't know much. I mean, came over, I think I was like 2.5 years old. It would have been a lot cooler to learn the language and the culture in Germany, but that didn't happen. So dropped out of college my second semester junior year and moved down to Charlotte, North Carolina to get into this world of real estate. I did not know I was going to be a broker. I just wanted to learn everything real estate. So I got my real estate license. I got my mortgage license. I now have my insurance license too. But I wanted to build, I wanted to develop, I wanted to invest in real estate. That was my major goal. But the means to get there turned out to be selling real estate.
So what caught your interest in real estate? I mean, anything, or is that just like, this is the career path for me?
If you read the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, which I think most people, especially entrepreneurs, have, you'd just be like, oh, real estate, passive income. Like, I want to retire off this passive income. And that's where it came. I mean, that was my start. Like, okay, I got to learn this. I need to understand, how do you have rental properties? And I just like the building idea. And the developing, it was just kind of fancy to me. So I wanted to do that. And I still haven't done that. We've done flips and I have rentals and stuff, but nothing, there's so much I want to do. Absolutely.
There's so much to be achieved just in the industry and real life, and with the power and tools that EXP supplies you with, endless opportunities.
Yep.
And speaking of, Kyle, was EXP your first brokerage, or how did you come across EXP?
No. So I worked at a flat fee, like 100% commission company to start. That was probably I don't want to say the wrong. I didn't have as much help as I think I could have if I joined a team or maybe another company that had more training. So I had that. And then I started my own company with another partner. Actually, I kind of partnered with him. He already had his own company, came in. So our own small firm. And then started another small firm, and then started one last small firm called Scarlet Real Estate, which is the sign behind me. And then that's when the technology, like even watching this introduction for this podcast, like blows my mind, all this stuff that you guys do in the background. And I'm like, how do people do this? And it's probably all these VAs, right? I'm kidding, but I'm probably right. It's probably
kidding, but also not kidding, because you're right.
Because I don't know the technology side. But started Scarlet, and then as we were going, I was like, man, there's got to be more. I want to build a bigger thing. I looked at different retirement. I looked at healthcare. I looked at all these things. And EXP just kept coming up over and over and over. And I was like, you know what? This might just be our answer, especially when we're going to get paid back our money, right? Like, we sell enough real estate. So it came out to be a no-brainer. And we're still here today. It's been about 3 years.
Okay, awesome. So, Kyle, what makes you say I'm never leaving EXP? Because we've got stock options, rev share, collaboration, but what has really hooked you?
Once you own your own firm, and I had a small firm, so I can't say that I was making millions of dollars as the broker owner. But it was that the account, all the annoying stuff, the accounting, the broker in charge, the liability, the technology, trying to keep up. We paid our software. We were paying $1,500 for one thing, $3,000 a month for another thing. So it was just all these fees. So we were able to cut our expenses really quick.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I mean, EXP using everything that they have cloud-based with all the other software systems, KV Core. I mean, that saved me a lot of money right there. And now it's just learning how to use all these things and how to get them into our system too.
Pick up the tools on the tool belt laid out for you, really learn how to use them, scale it up, scale it back, whatever you need and whatever is best fit to you. And I think that's one of the great things about EXP. And, you know, Kyle, obviously you're busy and, you know, you said there's a lot more you want to dive into in the industry and passive income, and also that you've got a baby, 22 months old, if I remember. Yeah. That's awesome. Well, then with how busy you are, how do you take care of Kyle? You know, how do you make sure you've got a nice work-life balance going?
Well, we're still working on that. Still working on how to get that work-life balance.
Mm-hmm.
I do play hockey. We talked about the Predators a little bit.
Yeah.
I play hockey about three times a week. Last week was 4.
Wow. Cool.
I'm on the ice a lot, and that's the only way I really get to take care of Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm engaged. I got a fiance. Her name's Casey. She's phenomenal. I've got a little puppy now, Millie Puck. She's super cute, but again, like I love hockey, so it's kind of funny that you're bringing up the Preds earlier. That's where I go. I mean, we go to church every week.
Mm-hmm.
That's some quiet time. I get to play hockey. That gets out some aggression, some frustration.
Oh yeah, easily.
Yep. And play the guitar. You're in Nashville. Like, I love just going to listen to guys just playing their music.
Me too. You said earlier that you love yourself some Nashville, and it's so fun, you know, just like early in the morning, Broadway's lit up, it's ready to go. It's almost like compared to like cartoons, it's almost like when like the streets are quiet but the musicians are still playing, it's almost like you can see the music notes just floating in the air. Just very it's very fun. I love it.
Yep.
Great ways to recharge, Kyle. That's you seem to have, you know, your hobbies down in a good balance, and that's great. And it's important when it's comes to being the best version of yourself for your clients and your family and referrals and everything else. Warm leads, cold leads, they need the best version of Kyle. And that's great. You got to take care of yourself first.
Oh, yeah.
So, Kyle, let's talk about the Icon Award then, because that's why you're on this podcast. So, you know, your production is going to look a little different than somebody's production in Canada and somebody's production in Los Angeles. So I think it would be good. We don't need exact numbers, but if we could talk numbers of, you know, how much it took, how many houses it took you to sell, to hit your production, to cap and to Icon, and then how do you give back to EXP? You know, obviously Icons are vetted here. They don't give it to just anyone. You could do all these sales, but if you're not giving back to EXP, it's not considered an Icon agent. And I guess what benefits have you taken away from the Icon Award? Loaded question. I know. I'm sorry.
There was a lot of questions all in one. So my anniversary date is September. Mm-hmm. And the first year, this is a little different because I do have a team. So the people out there that are listening that have a team, the way that the team works is you get a percentage. So whatever your split is with your team member, a little bit of that gets credited to you as well. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, we hit our cap, our 16,000 in probably the first month. And then the Icon part, so you sell another 20 transactions. We did that another 2 months. So like by the time I was 2 or 3 months in, we were already capped out. Icon, money's back in the bank. This last year we did it all in a month. So I mean, talking about top producing real estate agents, you can really kick some butt. And even the ones that are just themselves without a team, I mean, if you sell probably 25 homes a year, you're getting your money back. And I'm like, I never had this and I didn't have the technology. So I think it's phenomenal. The way that I gave back for EXP for the cultural commitment is what they call it. Like I have shareholders coming up in June, so I'll be there in Florida. I'll be in Vegas in October, November, whenever it is this year. Awesome. But I love the videos. So doing like the icon conversations is what it's called. Yeah. But there's usually 4, maybe 5 Icon agents put together doing a panel discussion of what works in your business, what's working for your team, what do you think about the real estate industry, where are we going, where have we come from? That's what I love. Literally just picking brains. and be like, okay, what do you do, Gianna, that really works for you guys? Tell me. And offline, you and I are going to talk about this podcast. Like, how does this all get put together so I can, do this as well for these people? Because I'm already doing these masterminds.
Absolutely. And the cool thing about EXP is we don't like to keep secrets anyway, so I'll tell you all about it. Even though most of the ticks in my gears behind this podcast are my awesome virtual assistants.
Yeah.
Of course, again, not to plug our sponsor, but shamelessly through Sphere Rocket VA. They've been awesome. They make this podcast. I do 6 to 8 episodes a day, Kyle. So
love it.
They make it literally all possible. They're fantastic, and we can definitely talk more about it later. But that's awesome. The Icon Award is beneficial. Tell me any brokerage you're going to get your cat back, because can't name one. And tell me any company that's going to give you $16,000 worth of stock. Can't name one. So it's awesome to see EXP, really focusing on agent retention and really caring about their employees and putting their agents first, because it shows in the culture here and it really makes it a community. It makes people excited to be here.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. So Kyle, let's talk to the newbies, right? So somebody just came over to EXP. Maybe they're new to real estate. Maybe they're just new to EXP world. And how would they go about achieving the Icon Award? Are there areas where, you may have fallen short this year where you almost didn't hit Icon? Or are there some tactics that you use that really help you just blow Icon out of the water? What's some advice? Or should they even focus on Icon in their first year? There's so many things to do at EXP.
I think there's always something to be focused on, and that's much further than any of us, right? Like, I don't look at today, I don't look at tomorrow, like the future. It's what is that? What do you want? Like, what is your purpose? What is your desire? And I think if you look far enough, like, you get to see what that is, and then you start scaling backwards. Like, if your main goal is to just be an Icon agent, that's great. We can we'll kind of walk you through like what that takes. We do a lot of referrals as far as our sphere. So most of our business, I'm not out there just getting new online business, billboard. I don't run billboards, TV ads, commercials, radio ads, none of that. We haven't even farmed neighborhoods really. We just meet people, and we build relationships with them. I mean, go back to the basics and read a book called Ninja Selling by Larry Kendall, and it is going to tell you everything that we've done in my business. When I started, I didn't sell a lot of houses. I sold 3. I made $18,000 my first year. It was awful. This was going back in 2005 or 6, and it was a great market then, but it was hard because everybody knew a real estate agent. Everybody was making money. Yeah. I really didn't. I was trying to tell people I was, and I was busy, and the market's great, but it was just building that my network, and I did that by doing things I liked, like playing hockey. And now we have the boards wrapped at the ice rink, and it says Scarlet Property Group, and it's all this stuff that, like, that's where I met people, and that's what I do. And then I went and I do charity work. So I met with the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. We started doing a lot of stuff together. So that was like one of my buckets. And it was just, I care about these things. So for the newbies, find things you care about and then get involved. Yep. And if you can't get involved, create it yourself so other people can get involved. And I think that was really it. Like, it was just, but it took a lot of time. And I wish I would have joined a team, somebody that had similar, morals and, culture and mindset.
Right. And it's like, Kyle, what you're really doing is really warming up 2 warm leads. You may not know they're warm leads yet, but you are, rubbing elbows with some other people in the adult rec hockey league. You're doing things that you enjoy, going to church, being involved in communities, and, you're establishing relationships. And then with that, when people find out what you do, your name comes to mind first. And I think that that's really smart. And that's great. A great takeaway for the newbies that may be watching or listening. Lean into the people that already know, like, and trust you, and just get them to think of your name first, top of mind.
Yep.
That's great.
When I look at it, if you think about it, think of it this way. Like, when you first start in real estate, I was thinking I'm going to sell. I want to make $100,000 a year. That was kind of like my goal. I figured out it was going to take me however many houses to sell.
Yeah.
But I never thought I'd be selling $100 million in real estate. And that's where we are today. And it's funny to look back and be like, holy crap, I sold 3 houses and now we're going to sell 300 houses or 250, right? Like this is nuts.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
It's more attainable than it ever has been. And then I talked to other big brokers and I'm like, okay, Kyle Whistle, you're going to sell 400 million this year. What's your deal? And he's like, oh, I got this and doing that. I'm like, awesome. I'll do that and I'll be there in a couple of years, you know?
Yep.
And then it's billion. So it's like your reach is never, I just wouldn't bog down thinking right away, I'm going to just go be this huge, you know, $1 billion sales agent. Like start small, get your systems. But for me, it was always just talking to the people. I didn't have money to spend on marketing. So I just met with the people, you know, and built relationships.
Absolutely. And that's what you have to do. Like you said, build relationships, be with people, build relationships. And then that goes for clients and mentors, people within EXP. We live in this metaverse. If you have a question or you see something that somebody's doing and you're like, man, I think this would really work for me. What's their secret? Reach out, ask them. Because it could be a VA. It could be, you know, oh, well, I'm in this Facebook group. I made it for my community. And every time I see somebody, you know, shoveling snow off of someone else's lawn, I buy them a gift card to the grocery store. Like, and seriously, that was on an Icon podcast. That was a real thing that they do to get their names into the community and to be well known. And, you know, ask. If you don't know, ask. And you've got all the resources here at EXP, excited to jump on it and help you with it.
Absolutely. Especially the collaboration, like we talked about earlier. Nobody's scared to share anything. I've had agents ask me, and there are some local agents that are like, you know, so close to their chest. And I'm like, you guys can do whatever you want. Say, this is what I do. Here, go do it too.
Yeah, here you go. Here's our secrets, because, you know, there's, with a market like this one, there's enough business for everyone. That's just what it is right now. And it's awesome. You know, and a rising tide raises all boats, and that's the mindset at EXP. But Kyle, you know, you're doing so great now. You really like EXP now, and you've got a lot of credentials under your belt. But, you know, were you ever skeptical of EXP? Were you ever sitting on the ledge, seeing the grass was greener, and like, I don't know?
Well, I don't know. Most people to me were, because I sat on the sideline for a good 3-4 years. You know, I had Scarlett. This is my baby. You know, I didn't want to give that up. I wasn't going to give it up.
Of course.
And what I realized was that I wasn't giving it up. I was literally letting it flourish and letting it grow, which took me too long to realize that. But I also wanted to make sure that it was real, because I didn't understand the stock. I didn't believe in the stock.
Right.
And I looked at it from a top producer saying, well, if I'm a top producer and they give me back my money, what if all top producers come to this company and they give back all this money? A business it doesn't make sense. It can't make money always just bleeding out money.
Right.
I don't care if there's no brick and mortar. That didn't bother me, because I was working from home anyways, and we had a small office. But when, I mean, 100%, I said no, 1,000 times.
Of course.
And I know I hurt some people because I didn't sign up under them. Mm-hmm. But the one person that finally opened my eyes for real would ask me real questions about me and my business and my life. And I had questions back to her like, okay, well, what does EXP do for this? Right. Okay, what about that? Mm-hmm. And then she answered, and she was great. And I was like, you know what? I'm in. Like, come talk to me again. Come talk to the team. And I sat down with a whole team with 3 people, like our upline with us. And I was like, okay, if we're going to do that, what does it look like? And if everybody wants to say, no, we don't want to do this, we won't do it. Mm-hmm. It was that simple. I mean, I had a small brokerage. We had less than 30 people in it. But that's a lot of people's lives that, like, at one point I'm kind of in charge of. So I didn't want to make that decision of your life. So, and everybody's like, you know what? If you really think this is it, like when it came down to like a couple people, if you really think this is it, I'll trust you, because I've trusted you so far and it's been right and everything's been good. And I'm just hoping like Glenn doesn't go and screw something up so much that I'm the one like, oh, sorry guys, you know, this happened. But right now,
please be the right choice. Please be the right choice. You know, making decisions as a leader and a boss, you know, it's tough, and it is, you know, but the thing is the grass is water where you greener it. Yep. Words are easy. It's greener where you water it, Kyle. But both at EXP, you can be whatever you want. Okay.
Yeah.
The grass is greener where you water it. And at EXP, they've emphasized that. And like you said, you built Scarlet Real Estate. You were scared that was your baby. And then you realized, oh, EXP has the bones. I can bring the face. I can scale it up as big as I want. I can scale it back. Why not? And so that's exciting. And with high risk comes high reward.
One of the big things that you just made me think of was when I wanted to grow, I was like, well, I want to grow into this other market. Mm-hmm. I want to grow into this city too, because I want to retire. So I'm in Charlotte now, but I want to retire in Charleston, South Carolina. I'm like, okay, well, how can I do that? Well, in my firm, I just have to hire a broker and charge. That costs me a lot of money. Then I have to have an office. Then I have to have all this other stuff. I was like, oh, wait. So if I can come to EXP and pay a one-time cap and a one-time fee, and they've already got the people in place, oh, this is so much easier. I can open an office everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And
absolutely.
To me, it was like, okay, all my answers, I mean, it really was. And we're still learning and growing. So far, it's everything it said it would be.
And it's pretty cool, too, because you can actually be licensed in multiple states with EXP and still make that work.
Nice.
Which is unique. And I think EXP is really cool, and I've seen it change a lot of lives. And Kyle, you're just one of many who are, capitalizing on it and putting your head down and selling houses and then reaping the rewards that EXP has to offer, which is awesome. To Icon, all you have to do is be a good leader, be a good boss. You earn, you learn, you earn, you return, and then you get stocks and you're an Icon, and it's awesome.
What are the numbers for Icons? It's like less than 5%, correct, of all the agents in EXP?
I think it's top 2%.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's even better. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
You
needed an ego boost today, Kyle. There it is. You thought you were 5%? Nope. You're up there. You're not the 100th podcast, but
nice.
You are better than you think you are.
I like it.
That's awesome.
Feel good today. I feel proud of myself.
You should. As you should. Take the rest of the day
off,
my team.
Kyle. It's not like I said, if you're a team lead, like there's a lot of growth here. You don't even have to think about it.
Absolutely. And having that downline is incredible. It's a great way to build passive income. And Kyle, we've had a little over 20 minutes of an iPod. Words are so hard for me today. I'm not well.
Actually. Check this out. You remember this bad boy?
What is that thing? Did you just pull a dinosaur onto the
That is an iPod. Yeah, it's sitting on my desk.
That's
I used to listen to this all the time on airplanes.
I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday, and he's like, man, I hate this song. And I was like, man, if I could find my old iPod Nano right now, I was like, this would be on shuffle. I already know it's on there. And I just think that's so funny how you pulled
my little sister sent me a picture of my original iPod. It was like the first generation. And she's like, did you want this back? I'm like, I 100% want that back because now it's all on our phones with Spotify and stuff. Mm-hmm. I was like, yep, give me that thing back.
Absolutely. No, that's super cool. I think we've had a good iPod today. No, we had a featured iPod today, but we've definitely had an awesome podcast. Kyle, is there anything you want to leave the listeners with today?
Oh, just never give up. Don't quit. And like I said before, find what you desire, find what your purpose is. Don't stop.
Absolutely. Don't quit. I love that, Kyle. And if you have any questions about EXP, we live in a very technological world. Reach out to Kyle. I'm sure he'll be excited to answer any questions that you may have for him, as is everyone at EXP. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
Well, Kyle, it's been a great episode. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I will be catching up with you at EXPCon and shareholders.
Sounds great. Thanks, Gianna.
Thanks, Kyle. Bye.
Bye, guys.
This Icon podcast is hosted and sponsored by Sphere Rocket Virtual Assistants, a leading provider for your virtual assistants and outsourcing needs. Owned by one of the top-ranking EXP agents, Justin Nelson. Sphere Rocket VA provides a one-stop virtual staffing solution for business owners, and we specialize in helping business owners grow their business by leveraging through virtual assistants. Trusted by the top names in the real estate industry like Kyle Whistle, Andrew Franklin, John Kitchens, and many more. Get ready to up your success and we'll help you achieve your business goals. Book your free consultation at SpearRocketVA.com and find out how we can make your life easier.